Money Badass Academy. I am super excited you decided to make this change in your life and enroll in the Money Badass Academy. So I'm going to get right to it. Before we get started with week one, I highly recommend you go out and download and print the workbook and the 6-week roadmap. You'll need those to work through this course. Also, download all of the workbooks and spreadsheets. You don't need them right now, but it's good to have them ready when you need to get to them. So this is a picture of the 6-week roadmap, and this is going to give you guidance on each week, the steps to get through everything. And then we have the workbook, and this is what I'm going to be working through with you over the next 6 weeks. So once you've got those printed out, open your roadmap to week one, and you'll get a suggested plan for this week. I've broken down the steps from each day to keep the workload light so you don't get overwhelmed with everything you'll need to do. And as you work through the workbook, use the roadmap plan and action steps to keep you working towards your goal. Watching this video is the first step of the week. You'll also find videos for all 6 weeks in the member area. Don't watch them all at once. Complete all of week one before moving to week two. Everything in this course is designed to get you to your goal in the most efficient way possible. Each video is going to give you a better understanding of what you're about to learn, but you'll need to take action on your own with the workbook to get through this course. Finally, be on the lookout for weekly emails from me to keep you on track and moving towards your goal. Feel free to reply back to those weekly emails with any questions you may have. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to explain more about what you'll be working on this week. We'll be talking about changing your money mindset and how to complete a money discovery over the entire week. So first up, let's talk about your money mindset. It's also known as the badass mindset. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of background information about this. Have you guys ever wondered why some people are so good at handling their money and others aren't? Have you ever wondered why some people stay poor and others seem to get rich? There is an answer, and it all boils down to your money mindset. How you think about money can determine whether you will be rich or whether you will be poor. If you feel like you're poor, you probably have a poor money mindset. Don't worry though, you can easily change your mindset through this course. We've grown up with this mindset that our parents have given us, and often our parents' mindset is that of the poor, the working class mindset. They believe everyone should fit into the system of go to college, get a job for a corporation. It still works for a lot of people, but it's losing its luster. Corporations have changed all of that by paying as little as possible, and colleges are charging as much as possible. We've grown up to believe that talking about our money is taboo. They say don't tell anyone how much you make at work. Don't talk about your finances because it's a private issue. That's all BS. It's time for us to change our money mindsets. Now, I've had both mindsets in my life. The mindset of the poor and the mindset of the rich. During the Great Recession back in the 2007 to 2009 range, I was really depressed about my money situation. I was beginning to believe that money was evil. I was thinking, why do these Wall Street bankers who do terrible things get to keep all that money while regular Americans had to suffer through that recession? I began to relate my wealth to material objects. I was worried about having the fanciest clothes to show my wealth. I was worried about having a car that showed my wealth. And I was making money just to make money. I didn't have a plan of what I wanted to use it for. I was just accumulating money for no real reason. I began, neglecting my financial situation. I looked the other way and stopped worrying about where I was going or how I was doing. And in the end, I just wasn't enjoying my money. I was stressed about it. I ignored it. And I was too worried about impressing others. These are all recipes for money disaster. Eventually, though, I got self-corrected. I self-corrected my mindset, and I began to get my money under control. Once I had eliminated my poor mindset and created a rich mindset, or as I like to call it, the money badass mindset, things got better, and they got a lot better. To even begin to take control of your money, though, you have to conquer your money mindset. You'll never get anywhere if you keep the mindset of the poor. To be a money badass, you need to have a badass mindset. And that's what I'm going to teach you here today. So, I'm going to run through the values of a good money mindset one by one. There's 6 of them total. And just listen and embrace them. And hopefully, through this workbook, you can start to incorporate this into your own life. So, money mindset value number 1 is that money is not evil. I believed this for a long time. I truly believed money is the root of all evil. We hear it all the time. I've seen firsthand, evil things that can happen due to money. I've seen evil things in the news that happen from money. I even once worked with this woman who didn't seem to be a criminal. She didn't seem to have any issues, but I later discovered she was stealing money from older people's accounts at the bank I was working at when she was supposed to be helping them with their finances. She was paying her own bills from their accounts because she knew they most likely wouldn't notice. She stole over $400,000 from those people. That is evil. That is greed. Money was definitely involved with that situation, and it's involved with very evil things. But money is not what's evil. It's the people's behavior that can be evil. Lots of good things are done with money. Charities help millions of people who are struggling with money. Money's used to teach our kids. It's used to help sick people. There are a lot of good uses for money. What is evil is greed. Greedy people can't get enough money, and they will do anything they can to get it because of greed. Before you can truly begin to make serious money or gain control over your money, you need to understand that money is not evil, and money can be used for very good things. So, mindset value 1, you need to understand that a money badass understands that money is not evil. Greed is what is evil. Okay, number 2, the money mindset value number 2. Money is not your self-worth. I am very guilty of believing this in the past, as much as anyone else can be. I tied my self-worth to how much money I had or how much money others thought I had. I wasted so much money trying to impress others and build my self-worth through money and the opinions of others. This was totally stupid. I wore fancy suits that I didn't really need to wear. I bought a Mercedes-Benz to go with those fancy suits. I bought a nice home at the maximum I could afford at my income level at the time. I was so worried about impressing others and showing my wealth that it caused me to waste so much money, more than I can even remember. A money badass doesn't care what others think. You don't buy things to impress others because a money badass does not care what others think. Money is not your self-worth. Don't buy things to impress others. So, following along in the workbook, that was value number 2. All right, let's move on to value number 3. Money mindset value number 3. Money is a means to an end. Money is simply a tool to reach your life goals. Don't ever make money just to make money. Don't ever spend your life making money just to buy a bigger car, bigger home, more stuff that you don't really care about. Money is simply a means to an end. Money is there to provide the necessities of life and to allow you to do what you really want to do. That's all it's for. Don't waste your life at a crappy job with long hours to buy more crap you don't really care about. Work backwards. So, what I mean by that is plan what you want to do with your money by focusing on what you really want in your life. What truly makes you happy? Is it your family? If so, then why waste away your life at an office when your family just wants to spend time with you? All that stupid junk you buy them doesn't truly matter in the end. It's the time you spend with them that does. Do you really love to travel? Don't waste time and money on material things you don't need. Focus your money on saving for your trips and things you love. Money is only there to provide the necessities of what you truly love. Don't live on rice and beans your entire life to have $1 million in the bank account. What good does that do you? Money is not there to be hoarded. It's meant to be used on what makes you truly happy in life. Now, don't get me wrong, you should have a savings built up for your security, and we'll talk more about that in later weeks. But money is a tool. It's a means to an end. You don't want to waste away your life hoarding money when you could be utilizing it to make you and your family happy. A money badass truly understands that money is there to be used for life goals and not just saved indefinitely until you die. All right. Money, mindset, value, number 4. I think a lot of you like this one. You want to make as much money as you can. If you've embraced the previous steps in your mindset, you're making money for the right reasons. So why not make as much money as you possibly can? No, don't be ashamed to make more money. That's a downfall a lot of people have. If you're using that money to reach your life goals and do what makes you happy, then go for it. Go for that promotion at work. Start that side hustle you've been dreaming of. Do whatever it takes to reach your goals and make as much money as you need to do so without neglecting what is important to you. Go after what makes you happy. A money badass is always going to want to make as much money as they can to reach their goals and to do the things that with their money that is positive. All right. Money mindset value number 5. Become aware of your money. If you're not aware of your financial situation, you are not in control of your money. So what I mean by that, you can't be in charge of money if you don't track it and know where your money's coming from and going to. Basic financial tools like a budget, a money snapshot will help you track your money and be aware of your financial situation. If you aren't aware of your money situation, you're most likely going to spend blindly above your means. And this will ultimately drive you further into debt and create total financial chaos in your life, and which leads to the dreaded financial stress, which we all hate. So a money badass is always aware of their money and they're in control of their money. And then lastly, let's go to the next page. Money mindset value number 6 is enjoy your money. Now I know you all love this one. The last value is to simply enjoy your money. Live the best life you can dream of. Save your money for those goals. Make money for those goals and live a happy life. Don't waste your life hoarding money for old age and then die with a huge bank account. It happens all the time. I've seen it firsthand with my grandparents. One of my grandfathers passed away not too long ago, and he lived a very frugal life. He did manage to take a couple of vacations here and there, and he did enjoy life, but I don't think he truly chased after what he wanted in life. And so he died with almost $1 million in investments. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing to have that money, but he could have used it, for things that he loved. He could have gone out and lived, reached any goal he wanted to, anything he could dream up. So it's always good to build up savings for your security, but don't sacrifice your life to put everything into savings. It's a balance. You got to enjoy your money. So lastly, a money badass enjoys their money and uses it to live their life to the fullest. That is the mindset of a money badass. So really go back through this after you complete this video. Go back through this workbook and work through this. Fill it out and really embrace this mindset. And you can also use your roadmap to follow along on, how you should be going about it. So now I'm going to switch gears a bit, and we're going to talk about the second topic for the week, and that is going to be the money discovery. So let's fast forward a little bit. Money discovery. All right. So this is where we get down to the nitty-gritty of your money situation. So once you've got that mindset that you're going to take control of your money, the next logical step is to do a money discovery. You're probably saying, what is a money discovery? So imagine this. Imagine you are a detective at a crime scene. You can't just jump in, start questioning people. You don't even know who to question or what's going on. The first step is to take the photos, search for fingerprints, collect evidence. You got to gather all the info you can before you begin digging into your investigation. So that's the same thing we're going to do here. Before we jump in, start building budgets and investing money, we're going to gather the information. We're going to pull it all together, and then luckily for you, I've got everything you need to guide you along that process. So as you go through this process, it's going to help you fill out and collect all the information you're going to need. Now, it's a lot of information, but I've got the steps spread out in the roadmap one day at a time so it doesn't get overwhelming for you. So first up, we're going to want to pull up all of your bank accounts. So where are you keeping your money? How many bank accounts do you have? Maybe you got one, maybe you got a bunch. So you're going to want to go through and fill out every bank account and how much money you have in that account. And I understand it changes, but this is just a good idea to get a snapshot, an understanding of your finances. It may change tomorrow and, could change quite a bit in the next couple of weeks, but we've got to start somewhere. Next off, get all those loans together. And this is every kind of debt. You have a mortgage, car loans, all your credit cards if you have credit cards. List them out. Everything and how much you owe on each one of them. If you run out of space, keep going below it. Physical assets. This is basically any physical thing you own that's worth money. And usually a significant amount of money, like say $1,000 or more. So for example, we want to, if you own a house, put it down. What's it worth? Go out to Zillow.com and check it out. You own a car? Put it down. What's it worth? Go out to KBB.com, Kelley Blue Book, and get the value of it. Anything else you own, motorcycles, RV, you name it. Anything worth quite a bit of money. Get those listed out here. Monthly income. So this is how much money you're making. Everything you want to put down here. Do you have a paycheck that comes in? Does your significant other have a paycheck that comes in every month? 2, 3, 4 of them. Put down like my job income, how much you make in a month. Do you get any money from a side hustle? Do you have child support, Social Security, alimony, anything like that? List them all out right here. Next up, bills, the dreaded bills. List out everything you spend money on monthly that's pretty much consistent every single month. For example, these are things that people bill you for. Like you've already talked about your debt, so this would be things like a mortgage payment, your water bill, your electric bill, your internet bill, anything like that. Let's see. And then the next step is expenses. So bills, what we just talked about, they come in monthly. They're billed by a company. These are expenses that come out every month, but they're not necessarily billed by a company. You choose to pay these. For example, your gas. Do you spend about $200 on average a month for your fuel? You'll have to go back through your bank account and see how much you're spending. Do you spend money on groceries? You'll want to put that here. Eating out, put it here. Do you spend money on entertainment, going out, seeing movies or seeing shows? You want to put that here. Put down everything you're spending money on each month. Now, this is the fun part. Goals. That's where you're going to want to think up anything you can imagine. What do you want in life? What would make you happy? Do you want to take a vacation to Japan? Do you want to buy a new car? You want to start saving for that? You want a house or a wedding? You want to set those goals here. So you're going to put down how much you plan on saving for that. So let's say you have a wedding goal of $10,000. Now that may be high to you or low to you. It just depends on the person. You take that $10,000. When are you wanting to do it? Is it 2 years from now? So you divide that out by 2. So that's 5,000, and then you divide that by 12. That's how much you have to save per month to reach your goal. So any goals you have, put them down here. Total amount, how long it'll take to complete, and then the monthly amount. And that monthly amount formula is right here. All right, next up, we're going to go deeper into your loans, your debt. So this is where you're going to need this down the road a couple of weeks in. So go into each debt account and you're going to find the total amount, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. You got 12 slots for that. And lastly, investments. Do you have a 401k? Do you have an IRA? Do you have emergency fund account? Anything you got like a savings account, CDs, anything that you're investing money or saving money in. If you got none, that's fine too. Just make sure if you do have some, find out the investment, the total amount, and your average annual return. And sometimes it varies, but just try to find out what you can. And I know this is a lot of information, but that's why I've broken down the roadmap this over several days to make it a lot easier on you. So ultimately, this should be a really mind-opening experience for you. If you haven't been tracking your money in the past, now you know where all of your money is, how much you have, how much you owe. And this is a great thing to see and know. But this is only the first step. This is a launching point to the next steps, in becoming a money badass. From here, you begin to build a budget, track your net worth, pay down your debt. We're going to try to increase your income, reduce your expenses. The list goes on and on. So you've taken a good, solid first step on your journey. And you got to remember this is a journey. It's going to be a long process, but we're going to get you there. So start with the first step and then continue on the next step and so on. In the end, you'll get there and you'll be happy you did. So, okay, if you haven't already, it's time to take some action on what you've just learned about. So open up your workbook and your roadmap and begin working on those steps over this week. And the workbook, as you can see, is going to help you through each step. Have lots of fun doing this and get ready to change your life. And I'll see you in week 2.